Okay, our second video is phase 2, strength endurance. This will be day 1. As always, we'll do our dynamic stretch routine that we utilize in season. So after that is done, we'll move on to our core and balance. We'll do 2 sets, 12 reps, each of these at a 1-1-1 tempo. No rest in between. We start with the cable rotation. So you have tension on it, rotating the... Obviously, we'll do that on both sides. Then we're going to move on to cable chop. The athletes bring it across their body. A couple repetitions, good. Then we're going to move on to the single leg medicine ball lift and chop. Good balance, bring it across your body. Good. Next, we move on to our plyometric phase, where we're going to do cone jumps. Okay, we're going to perform 2 sets, 8 reps of these. The first one, sub-athlete's going to be jumping with both feet together, and you can adjust this by having a taller cone. We're going to keep it pretty simple. And then he'd do it back. And now we're going to do the side jump for our second set. Good, and like I said, you can adjust intensity as we go on by having a little bit taller cone. And then the next one for plyometrics is the power step up, which we'll perform on the plyo box over there. We'll do this on both sides. Okay. Next component we move on to is speed, agility, and quickness. For this, we're adding 2 extra exercises. So we did the four exercises that we did before, which were jumping jack, side shuffle, 2 in, zigzag. Now we're just going to add the W weave and the side in, out. This one's a little more complicated and tricky, but as far as footwork, it's a really good one. So hopefully we get this down right. Yeah, it was probably pretty close, better than I could do. And then the side in, out, yep, facing there. Side in, out, out. Go ahead. Good. All right, and then we move on to that T-drill, and we're going to adjust the cones. This is going to be modified. We obviously don't have it set up our 15 yards, but we're in the weight room here. Athlete will first sprint to the first cone. He'll touch it. He's going to side shuffle. He's going to go all the way across the other cone, touch it. Get to the middle, touch it, and then a nice form back pedal there. And that's the T-drill, and we'll perform 4 sets of that. Next thing we'll move on to is our resistance portion, and we're going to do total body exercise. I utilize total body in every day, every phase. So we're going to do squat, curl to overhead press. Squat, curl to overhead press. It's going to squat down, up, curl, overhead press. Very nice. Now we move on to incline dumbbell press. You can hold on to those dumbbells, and we're going to move right over here. Incline dumbbell press. Good. We're going to go ahead and follow that up with a stabilization exercise of cable chest press. Change these handles out really quick. This is where we're utilizing our supersets. 4-2-1 tempo on the stabilization part for resistance. That's good. All right, next thing we move on to is for our back, and we're going to do seated lat pull down. Then we will combine that with seated ball dumbbell row, which is a little more difficult. Obviously, we understand how important back, shoulders, core is to our baseball players. Good. Give them a second to get the dumbbells over. Spildy ball dumbbell row. sure you get your waist on the back edge of that ball. Start with your hands out in front of you, out in front of your head a little bit on the ground, and then we're going to row it. Keep your body nice and stable. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 1 tempo. You got to hold it. There you go. Hey, good job. That one's a little tougher. Now we're going to move on to seated overhead dumbbell press. So we're going to grab those dumbbells again. And then we're going to follow that up in this superset with the ball combo 2, which is, if you haven't done this one before, it's great stabilization and it's great for the shoulders. So we're going to get our hands out front. We're going to row it. We're going to rotate, bring it up, and then out. Good. Good. Ball combo 2. Now we move on to barbell squats and side lunge to balance. So he's going to go ahead and obviously we'd have that bar a little higher up, but for purpose sake, a nice form squat here. Okay. Then the athlete would move into, in this superset, side lunge to balance. Good. And that concludes the resistance portion. From there, we would do a cool down. During this phase, we are going to go ahead and incorporate hitting also. So we'll be doing some T-work, some front toss, only about 15 minutes, just like our throwing program. Every other day we'd rotate that. Just incorporating some more baseball skill activities, just trying to keep muscle memory good with our swing. Maybe if we have an athlete that's struggling, we might change some mechanical properties of their swing and then work on it every other day.